Getting tired of this old setup.
I really feel Indonesia is special. It's consisted with a lot of cultures, a lot of islands, I think 17,000 islands, which makes it challenging as well. There are a lot of rivers, there are a lot of coastlines, those lush green trees.
How many islands did she just say? Man.
Islands, which makes Indonesia is special. It's consisted with a lot of cultures, a lot of islands, I think 17,000 islands, which makes it challenging as well. There are a lot of rivers, there are a lot of coastlines, those lush green trees, lush
17,000
green areas.
islands.
There's coral reef in the sea. There are a lot of mangroves. There are multiple reasons why Indonesia. But from our perspective as the ocean cleanup, definitely the fact that from Indonesian rivers, there's a lot of waste.
Yeah, I'm living in Jakarta, so
Jakarta. Bucket list 17,000 islands. Wow.
I'm driving a bike every day and pass the river every day, so I can see there is still a lot of waste.
Especially Jakarta, being one of the biggest cities in the world, has definitely a big waste problem. It's actually not just
Man, that looked like that was a lot.
Jakarta as Jakarta city, because there's more. There's like Bekasi Regency with Bekasi City, Jakarta, and then Tangerang Regency. And all of those places creating greater Jakarta area with multiple rivers that all go down to Jakarta Bay and therefore polluting the sea. So initially we started in Indonesia with the Interceptor 001, so the very first of its kind, I would say, prototype. And here in Cisadane we tried to install a Interceptor 020, so a 3.0, third generation. Unfortunately, that installation was not successful.
Not successful. Wow.
We knew that bamboo was in the river naturally and it would reach the system in a steady manner, but these large flush events had not been properly accounted for. We were then quite a young team in terms of our experience, and obviously we were doing something that hadn't been done before. It was a very fast and painful way to learn, but a necessary one.
Getting started off a little different today. Today we're gonna take a look at the ocean cleanup. They put out a video today. I got super excited for it. There's some ups and downs in it, which is nice to see. It's nice to see that we're not crazy, that things don't always go as planned. I don't know about my okay, let's do this. Let's try this. Okay. And then I'm gonna be above here. Okay, let's see how that works. I like that. Today I like it. Tomorrow I'm probably not gonna like it. Alright, well, while we wait for family to join,
It was back to the drawing board in terms of we've reached the limitations of this system design, I guess, and we know exactly where the boundaries now lie. So what does that mean to other locations around the world? What type of solutions work best?
I feel like I'm in a parallel universe where I don't know if I'm looking in the past or the future when I watch these videos like the ocean cleanup, but it's almost like it just doesn't feel like the present. These people are finding real solutions that seem to have real impact that community is directly connected to. I don't know. It must be nice. Who knows what's gonna happen with the crop if this acclaim, but I'm gonna try my best to just react to what I'm seeing from a fair use perspective.
We finished the installation of the second buyer on the 15th of April. Currently we have 100% coverage, so we noted a 564% increase in catch between April and May numbers. We were already planning to implement some barriers in Cisedan River, and we figured out that the interceptor can be actually modified and transformed into a direct-to-shore solution, which means we placed the interceptor closer to the shore, allowing the extraction directly from the interceptor with a system of conveyor belts. I would say it was a very innovative approach to make sure that we can tackle Cisedan River with what the river is offering us and throwing at us quite literally with a lot of waste. But yeah, so far so good. Very happy with how it works.
Our challenge during the operation is the flood, the main challenge. But overall, we still can handle the situation. The beginning we start this project, we only have, I think, just 4 people in here. So after 1 year, we have more than 20 people. So it's good because we open the job opportunity for this community.
Di sini tuh tempatnya kita tuh bekerja bukan cuma kita bekerja saja sih, tapi kan setidaknya kita peduli lingkungan. Bedanya waktu saya kecil dan sekarang itu, kalau dulu kan saya renang-renang juga enak, dipinum juga rasanya, maksudnya nggak terlalu seperti sekarang ini kan. Kalau sekarang banyak sampah-sampah yang berkeliaran, buang sampah sembarangan gitu.
Man, that water, I don't know. It's not looking super watery. All right, well, we'll give it till 20 to 25 minutes. I'm okay. Whatever happens. I just wanted to see if there was an issue with the live going on. So give me 1 second. Nope, looks like it's showing up. Just to do a test here. Okay, that seems to work.
Para nelayan juga suka bercerita dengan saya juga, katanya, wah sekarang beda dengan kemarin gitu kan, mengucapkan terima kasih dengan memberikan ikan hasil penangkapan dia. Jadi dia cuma bercerita terima kasih karena ikan-ikan penghasil kita banyak, sampah agak sedikit berkurang lah setidaknya.
Oh, dulu banyak sampahnya, kotor sampai ke pinggir, jadi nggak bisa nyuci, nggak bisa mandi. Kalau sekarang barang ada ini bisa nyuci lagi, bisa dipakai mandi lagi, bisa nyari cacing lagi.
Banyak wimba-wimba kayak model plastik, tapi setelah ada itu mah udah enak lah, udah nggak ada rasa-rasa gatel, kali pun bersih, enak diambilnya hasilnya.
Peningkatan pencarian cacing meningkat 30%, dan hasil nyari cacing saya untuk kebutuhan sehari-hari anak saya membeli pampers atau susu.
My man is farming.
Unfortunately, we had another big event where the floodgates of the flooding mitigation system that is upstream of our deployment were open and let all the waste that has been accumulated go downstream. So it's just something that we need to accept as the normality of the Sisadan River, which is not an easy river, but it's one of the biggest contributors to the pollution in Jakarta Bay. The good thing is that we managed to contain the waste, and our team worked day and night to actually extract.
Day and night, though. Yep, day and night. But look at that. Look at that picture, man. Wow. I almost feel like there's an opportunity for new tools to be created just to support these type of efforts. Maybe some sorting tools that are right at the site and do a better job, faster job at the site to sort, maybe to, I don't know, pelletize a lot of the things that are there, the materials that are collected.
Dissolve.
So again, bamboo and wood one. Therefore, we also we understood that we need to pivot again. So we really focus on barriers, because they're also a solution that is scalable, can be replicated in other rivers. The interceptor is here. It's been now adjusted and adapted to the reality of this river. It is our direct-to-shore system with when it's extracting floating plastics. We have sorting going on board.
That's like a work with what you got situation. That definitely wasn't the initial intent of that interceptor, but it does make sense. I wonder if they already have systems that are more like close to land base that do a good job of just continuing to get stuff to the land. I believe that interceptor was designed to, I think it runs on solar, and it has a conveyor belt, and then it does some sort of automated sorting into bins, and then the people who work to clear it are triggered on an event based on the how much it's filled, the capacity.
Tuh, rumah saya kelihatan.
Oh, itu rumahnya ternyata.
Ya, nah, kelihatan di sini.
Kelihatan yang mana? So her house is just there.
So I was born and raised in Jakarta, and having these missions to protect Jakarta Bay is really special. So at the ocean cleanup, we always aim to manage the waste that we extract from the rivers responsibly. So we are always working with local stakeholders to identify the best way to manage the river waste, to ensure that the waste that we extract is not leaking back to the environment, and maximize the positive outcome from our projects.
Apalagi dari rumah bisa kelihatan.
Yeah, I also feel like I wish there was a company that partnered with the ocean cleanup that put as much science into what to do with the plastic and waste, the same way that they're freeing the waste. I feel like there's somewhat of a gap there. I've seen different products get created, a record, like a vinyl, some glasses. It's cool. It seems like a good marketing play, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel.
Bangga ya kelihatan. Kalau itu manggil anak gue kemari guruan. Kedengeran sih tetap. Kata dia begini, dulu kerja di situ betah semangat lo ya semangat kan kata gitu. Iya betah.
I think that's the most important thing. It's the most important thing that they're also involved. The communities are also involved. We cannot really solve this issue alone. We need multi-stakeholder collaborations with government, with NGOs, and also academic institutions.
I wonder when they have gotten to a consistent point where the trash that they're picking up is active trash. It's trash that has been, dumped within the previous X amount of time and not stuff that's been there for a long time. I wonder what does that do for the ongoing employment and whether or not the system that they already have there is big enough or too big or too small. And how do they put those resources, not the ocean cleanup per se, because again, they don't focus necessarily on the municipality's ability to have like proper sanitation and waste management services. So not them, but the cities itself. I mean, they're doing this program, and it seems like having better waste management prevents this from happening, and then it's like a non-issue,
Like, for example, Mangrove Jakarta, to help us monitor what are the impacts we bring to the mangrove ecosystem downstream, and also with University of Indonesia to really get the recommendations from academic perspectives.
When I say we, I don't mean just the ocean cleanup. I mean our whole ecosystem and whole big group of people and organizations that are joined together. Here in Cisadana, we are working.
These are just these are just some amazing views. Like, man, look at, obviously these are drone shots. Hold on. Okay, I'll check that after. But these are drone shots. Pretty just. I might have to answer this. Okay. So we'll finish out this video. Oh, Shadow Black made it in the house. Might be the first person to come in here. Shadow Black, I've been hanging out here now for 20 minutes.
Very closely with
alone.
BPA, which is a local NGO who also created a sub-project called River Impact, specifically to support the river cleanup projects. In Bekasi Regency with an organization called Waste for Change. We are working very closely with Regency governments. Those governments are offering us a lot of support in kind.
I'm okay, Shadow Black. I started off the stream this way. I don't know if that was a bad thing, but I wanted to watch this ocean cleanup video. I wanted to do some reactions to it, show other people. You ain't been in here, sir. Come on. Well, somebody's been in here. I can't say you haven't, but according to the numbers, yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Probably won't go that long tonight. I might just call you on the side.
Provides excavators. We are working very closely also with the governments at the national levels. So the ministries are being involved already, and we are trying to create a overarching.
How do I look on your TV? I look all right. Everything looks good. Copacetic.
Program here, not only here in Jakarta, but also in Indonesia, to speed up the process of cleanup, to just being able to tackle it all together. So, yeah, looking forward to the future and to more barriers and more deployments in Indonesia.
Fishermen and local communities have gathered together here to do a Chisodan River coastal sweep, in which we are expecting this coastal sweep to raise awareness and as well to clean legacy plastic in the mangrove.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, Shadow Black, I don't know if you caught that part, but I just feel like when I'm watching this video was posted like today. I feel like I'm watching something from the future or from the past. It just doesn't to me, it just doesn't feel as if it reflects my state of being. It's like I'm watching people solve real problems, and bringing communities together, and it just doesn't seem real, right? It's real. I've been following them for quite some time, but it just doesn't feel real. Clean up the water. Well, clean up the ocean. This system in particular is a river system.
Areas. Now that Interceptor 020
This is, by the way, Katie, welcome. Thanks for coming. This is in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Stopping plastic from coming into the ocean.
Dari BPA Foundation yang didukung oleh The Ocean Cleanup. Dan tidak lupa bahwa hari ini adalah momen yang luar biasa karena akan dilakukan sebuah launching program aktivasi River Waste Bank pertama. Bagaimana yang kami hormati Wakil Bupati Kabupaten Tangerang.
Kita ingin menegaskan kembali.
Look at my Discord. Uh-oh. You got LED lights on the side. You're funny.
Bahwa lingkungan yang bersih dan sehat adalah hak sekaligus kewajiban kita bersama. Sungai yang lestari akan memberikan manfaat bagi kita, anak cucu kita, dan generasi-generasi mendatang.
Saya percaya banget dengan timnya seperti ini, tim nelayan, mengikuti program bank sampah sungai, sangat bisa membantu mengurangi sampah yang ada di Sungai Cisadane. Sangat terharu sampai buat saya menangis. Saya yakin bahwa program yang ini.
Like I said, I'm really wanting to see the type of sanitations and waste management systems that partner with them, or potentially there's an opportunity there for someone, some entity to come in and tackle that part to help these places with these systems.
Ini akan jadi step awal untuk menjadi lebih besar lagi, khususnya untuk masyarakat.
Ya sekarang sih ya warga itu ya mulai sadar lah semenjak saya bersih-bersih. Biasanya kalau buang sampah kan warga kebuang ke kali gitu, cemplungin aja sampah gitu. Semenjak ada bener sih kalinya bersih, terus penangkapannya agak enak, kebutuhan keluarga ya kebelilah gitu semuanya, atau susu. Kalau saya sih seneng gitu bersih-bersih sampah gitu sama teman-teman gitu. Sampai ya pokoknya senang lah gitu, bisa bersih lah sampah-sampah itu kita angkut.
The fisherman just want to fish. Let's let the fisherman fish. He's like, yo, we back in that money now. I'm gonna wear this shirt for a long time.
Angkutin ke tempat sampah gitu.
Man, I like that hat he had. I want one of those. That's a hat, you think, behind him? I think I want a hat like that.
Sampah-sampah itu kita angkutin ke tempat sampah gitu.
It's in a good progress because
So the educational program really works within the community.
yes. Kami juga ada program kerajinan tangan.
Nah, untuk kayu yang memang sangat besar dan memang unik, kita mengelolanya untuk menjadi furniture atau menjadi barang-barang yang memang punya seninya untuk bisa diberikan manfaat lebih kepada kayunya itu sendiri gitu.
Dan dijadikanlah gitu yang produk-produk yang dimana gitu bisa membantu mendorong ekonomi masyarakat sekitarnya.
I'm very hopeful with the future because the people here also have the can-do attitude. So as long as we have the will, a good will, something good will also happen.
Harapan saya ke depannya biar jauh lebih baik lagi, dan untuk anak-anak saya setidaknya bisa merasakan bersihnya lingkungan.
Make the pig comes in here. He can just ignore. He can ignore everything else. He's like, nah, ocean cleanup, nah. The Knicks won. The Knicks won. That's where you were. Stream team, make the pick. Welcome. You guys, y'all not trying to catch me out there, man. It's been like 30 minutes. I started the stream watching this ocean cleanup video that dropped today. It was pretty good. You had to read the subtitles. Much of it was in Jakarta, Indonesia. And I love the visuals. I love to see. I'll give you a visual, make the pick, since you didn't get to see of how bad it was. Oh, here's a visual. So they had deployed the system and it failed, and then they changed it, and then there was some more failure, and then they kind of fixed it. But the fishermen seem to be really happy. A lot of coastal cleanup. I learned a Snapple fact. I didn't know that Indonesia was made up of 17,000 islands. It was like the first part of the video.
I really feel Indonesia is special. It's consisted with a lot of cultures, a lot
so
of
beautiful.
islands. I think 17,000 islands.
17,000 islands. Yeah, I tried to. Yeah, definitely iteration. I tried to just give some reaction to what I was seeing. I mean, the reality is it doesn't feel like, it looks like I'm looking at the
Which makes it
past
challenging as well. There are a lot of
or
rivers, there are a lot of
I'm looking
coastline.
at the future. And I say that because I'm watching this in every community that they seem to go in. There's all these agencies, NGOs, government, and they're all working together. And then Shadow Black keeps sending me to Discord. Oh, okay, because you got the what you want me to see? You want me to see your Christmas lights? Don't let me troll you about these Christmas lights. But yeah, they you see all these communities working together, and it just doesn't feel like,
Those lush
at least here in the
trees, lush
States,
green
I
areas,
just
coral
don't
reefs
feel
in the
these
sea.
things.
There are a lot
Like
of
we're
mangroves. There
accomplishing
are
world
multiple reasons
problems.
why Indonesia, but from our perspective as the ocean cleanup, definitely the fact that from Indonesian rivers there's a lot of waste.
Yeah, I'm living in Jakarta, so
Like, look at that. This is in a city. Look at that side and look at that side. Wow. Why? I don't get it. I just don't get why not have a waste management. Like, why wait until this becomes a problem and it washes up in all the rivers? Like, why wouldn't that be a business for you?
I'm driving a bike every day and pass the river every day, so I can see there is still a lot of waste.
Especially.
All right. Side note: when that brother said this, when my Indonesian brother said this, I had this this thought in my head that this is actually wild. You know how we call these countries like third world countries? You know that insane phrase, third world countries? And a lot of them, they suffer infrastructure, roads. There's a lot of, he said he's on a bike, right? I think we're going there. Like, I don't think we're going in a way where we're like gonna be poor. I think that America is gonna have more of those bike-like cities where it's gonna make sense financially, monetarily, for us to be more flexible about that. So our excuse for living in cities isn't gonna be, oh, I'm gonna make sure that I pay $500 or $600 to park my car in a garage. It's gonna be that, no, I just bike to work. I bike everywhere, and everything I need is in this like place. But then, now it's less pollution. Obviously, we're ahead on the waste management side. When he said it, I just felt like we will be doing that more. The amount of miles to the gallon that you're getting, you take like a single person, a person who's not married, just out there on their own out there, and they're working. Why not? It makes a lot of sense, right? When I was in New York City, the most painful part about it in working was that the Bronx is like a, Shadow Black may not like me going here, but the Bronx is like a wasteland of residential property. There's no, outside of government jobs and hospitals, there isn't much that you can really do there, right? There's no business districts in the Bronx. So I always found myself commuting and spending most of my time on buses, trains, then at one point car, different types of trains, subway, Metro North. Like, there's a lot of commuting that's going on, and I wonder what would that have looked like or felt like to just say, nah, I'm gonna just get on my bike. So I don't know, kind of feel it. My brother right here, Trishna. Mick the Pick is probably saying he don't have a store within a couple miles of him, so his calves are just gonna be huge out there. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not playing this.
Regency. And all of those places creating greater Jakarta area with multiple rivers that all go down to Jakarta Bay and therefore polluting the sea. So initially we started in Indonesia with the Interceptor 001, so the very first of its kind, I would say, prototype.
So that said operating since 2019. Look at the milky slurry coming off of that. Like the broken McFlurry machine at McDonald's that needs to be cleaned.
And here in Cisadane we tried to install a Interceptor 020, so a 3.0, third generation. Unfortunately, that installation was not successful.
We knew that bamboo was in the river naturally and it would reach the system in a steady manner, but these large flush events had not been properly accounted for. We were then quite a young team in terms of our experience, and obviously we were doing something that hadn't been done before.
Oh, you mean they didn't fire them? Wow. People got to do something and iterate over it. Wow, that's crazy.
It was a very fast and painful way to learn, but a necessary one. It was back to the drawing board in terms of we've reached the limitations of this system design, I guess, and we know exactly where the boundaries now lie. So what does that mean to other locations around the world? What type of solutions work best?
Yeah, they gonna hit me. Okay. Well, I did watch most of this already. I just wanted... Oh, my brother's back.
Yeah, we will open the job opportunity for this community.
Di sini tuh tempatnya kita tuh bekerja bukan cuma.
There was another video of them I saw with Coldplay, actually, the band. Coldplay apparently has been interested and invested in their work for some time, and I think their most recent release. No, Shadow Black. You don't get away with the lies because you have 1% battery life. Come on. A gold mine? You would choose to use a metaphor. There's no gold and there's no mine. What they are workers. You have to house the workers somewhere. All of the countries and cities do it around the world. You need a workforce, and sad to say, but that's a part of it. But yeah, so I caught the ocean cleanup. Other than that, man, I did a live outdoor live stream. Got some trolls going. That was fun. I was told, get this, I was told I was the person's least favorite live streamer. He just goes, "You're my least favorite live streamer." It's like, okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thanks for the compliment. So because I thanked him, I felt like it didn't, whatever he wanted to do didn't work. I stuck to my positive energy. But it was just like for you to need to type that and not just walk away, swipe away. You don't have to do anything else. Like, dude, we're in a vertical. You're on your phone. You're not catching this live from a computer. You just swipe away. No, you're gonna stay there and feel the need to tell me that I am your least favorite streamer. I was like, you gotta love this. You gotta love this. Well, what's going on with you guys? I don't have a poll tonight, I know. But I just to update on why I went live. I had all this great energy because I told you guys I needed to fix the lawnmower. And I had a little bit of time left after work and before nighttime, and the rain stopped, and I didn't have a baseball practice or game to go to today. All of those ands, you got to stack them all up. And I had like an hour worth of time, and I didn't know how long it would take to fix my lawnmower. It's not like I could cut anyway because it was everything is wet out there. But I said, you know what? I got the tool. Let me work through it. Man, it took me about 8 minutes to fix this bad boy. Like 8 minutes. And I realized that this is the third solenoid starter that I've invested in. And I think they've been messing up because of the problem that I actually just fixed. So we might be looking good out there. Only thing left now is to fix the lever for the choke. And I got a vice grip on it now. So we can get past that. I think we're in the clear. Hey, Carolyn. Carolyn, I don't know who the all is tonight. I did get some love. People came. Mick the Pick. He waited for the basketball game to end. He definitely prioritized it, but the Knicks did win. Katie said she was tired. she said this wasn't supposed to happen. And Shadow Black is on 1% battery. So I don't know what 1999 game he's playing, but he has 1% battery. Hey, do you guys run out of battery life for your phone, or are we in the clear now? Like one charge for the day, maybe like a midday reset. Call it. That's where I'm at. Depending on my activity, my phone screen is usually not on. So even if I'm like listening to music, the screen, which is obviously using the most electricity to illuminate the screen, is not on. So I Shadow Black is still here. So I think I do pretty good with my battery, but Shadow Black seems to have a really old phone. Katie got 79 on her tablet. Take notes, Shadow Black. Carolyn says, I needs my phone. That bad boy stays charged. Shadow Black says, let's bring out the small violins. I work in the field. My phone is my work log. What you should do, Shadow Black, is buy one of those little solar battery banks. They're really small, and you can get what do they call that? You could get a high power charging to a cell phone, and it holds a good amount of charge. So those things are pretty cheap. But yeah, if you're out in the field, you definitely want to stay charged up, man. We're not in the old world where, uh, yeah, you can't get into work without your phone. Yep. Yeah, we know that drill. We know that drill. I always wonder, like, knock on wood, like you break your phone, how much are you out of the way, or like how difficult is it to, do your job and shit. I'm sure it'll be okay. I'm sure all of those systems could compensate for it, and there's like backups to the backup, like then you could send your two-factor to your email, but it's like a workaround. But yeah. I did see are you guys familiar with the comedian Sinbad? I found a video of him. I mean, I didn't get emotional about it, but I feel like I should have. He's been down after a stroke for a long time. And for somebody who's been in like the public eye, he is an actor, he's a stand-up comedian. He's probably one of the most popular clean comics of all time. And not in a bad way. It's just a clean comic. And oh yeah, see, Katie has a backup. She's using her laptop to get into two-factor. Then I have to call people in my IT department named Daryl. Okay, well, you tell Daryl that yeah, no, I seen a video of Sinbad. I'll pull it up. I'll pull a little bit of it up because we know what they're gonna try to do to me. So it's night 87, guys. Okay, this is the vid. I got it queued up. It's night 87. And we're going strong. I'm thinking about not playing basketball this week, though. I think that's the difference maker. I think I'm super drained. Monetize me. 3D voice. I don't know what you mean, sir. Look at my hat, man. First of all, I love this hat. About 5 shades ago, when I purchased it, it wasn't there yet, and now it's a earned color. Like you have to really earn the color. All the sweat and love that has that has gone into this color. You can't buy this, and that the Carhartt logo just stays really nice. So I found I lost the hat, to be honest with you. I found it somewhere. And I was like, oh, haven't seen you in a while. This is one of my favorites. I know you guys always see me with the clearance hats that I purchased, but those are new. This one has some love and some legacy to it. There's stories behind this one. So figured I'd bring that out tonight. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to end this ride off strong. Apparently my birthday is on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? I think it's Tuesday. And so I'll put out a smile for that. You guys could hoax me by not showing up. Your husband loves wearing hats. Yeah, I used to be a hat person for real. Like way back when, late 90s. I had so many hats, at least 20 to 25 hats. And they were all fitted. Nowadays, I don't have any fitted hats. Happy early birthday. Thank you. Gracias. My birthday is Cinco de Mayo. So I share a birthday with the whole culture, uh, slash those who want an excuse to bar hop. So that's also a thing. And then oddly, I've always had a bunch of children in the family whose birthday lined up around that day. So if it turns out to celebrate like a party, the kids come first. No, I don't want no cash app from you. I don't want a cash app from you. But thank you for the happy birthday. I want to drink in person, knucklehead. I'll probably go do one time. My mom, this was such an annoying. She had a birthday and we went to the park, this beautiful park, and it was on the water. You have a Venmo. I don't want a Venmo, Carolyn. I'm a very stubborn person. Thank you, Carolyn. You could always come down for a drink, sir. I would film that drink and then I would send a Venmo out so that you guys could see me and Shadow Black we're going to get in scooters and do, what are we going to do, Shadow Black? You could end the sentence. So, yeah, my mom, we took her out and to this park, and it was supposed to be like a thing for her. It was a picnic, and I don't, getting old is hard. I guess watching your children and their children, though it's fun, I'm sure there's a part of it when you may feel incomplete because you may not be in that phase of having things diced up the way you want it to. But she made it super weird, and she sat by the water. This is where we're like right in front of the Hudson River. Like I can walk into the Hudson River where we were. It's this beautiful park. And she just sat there and wrote a poem the whole time. It's like, I could do that. I could just go out, ignore the noise and the friction, and just go write a poem. Or just stare out into the oblivion. Carolyn says, yes, you do. I don't know if I have a Venmo. I think I use Zelle predominantly. I get weirded out with those apps, Carolyn, because I've had an issue with Cash App in the past. Cash App is a hacker's dream. So I think they're better now, but at one point they really struggled. But yeah, I'm not really a money person. I'll just, go do what I got to do. Hopefully my hen gives me a present and it's not broody anymore. And then I don't have to worry about taking care of her as I turn into the next year. Yeah, I wanted to show a little bit of this. Did Mick the Pig just discover something? Is he coming to chill? He got the red carpet for him. We'll be meeting at the Newburgh Brewery. When? Shadow Black? Oh, be real. Be real, the lurker. But check this out, guys. This is Sinbad. It's on Entertainment Tonight, so I'll be very careful. It's a big channel, 7.6 million followers, subscribers. Remember when like these channels, we used to watch those on cable? Those were the days. Absolutely make the pick.
Sinbad, how does it feel to be back doing what you love tonight?
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah.
So good. I feel so good.
Did you miss the stage or did the stage miss you?
I missed the stage. I want to thank my team, my wife, my therapist.
Like I told you guys, my father had a stroke, so some of this is like a little hard to watch, but in a good way.
My son and my daughter, my brothers and sisters helped me get back out here. It's a village to get you back on your feet when you had a stroke.
What kept you motivated during your recovery journey?
You know when I was going to get back to this, that I had a purpose here on this earth.
How was the energy tonight in the room?
So my wife was watching this when I had this on earlier, and the only thing she said, and it kind of bothered me, she was like, yeah, he got back because he got support and money. It's like, yeah. That's rough.
Man, Paige and Chase tore it up so well. It was easy to walk out. Not walk out, it was easy to roll out.
What was it
Yeah, he's doing well. He is doing well.
like to share this moment with your daughter?
I've been wanting to do this for so long.
Oh boy, now you're gonna make.
Can you, when he says that, I've been wanting to do this for so long, he had a stroke in 2020. So he made it through COVID. I mean, there were so many rumors about him passing away, and I remember seeing those during COVID, and I'm sure he was I don't say it this way, but a likely candidate, a high-risk person to be at, risk of passing away, of not being able to have care. And he made it through all of that. So could you imagine like how much effort he put in to get just to the point where he's ready to be back on the stage in front of people. So kudos to his family. That's an amazing, amazing thing. Those are the two things I wanted to show. Getting back to these positive vibes. Like I said, it was an honor to be on stream earlier, being told that I was someone's least favorite streamer. That just tells me I'm doing the right thing. I was so honored. But these people, they need connecting to. People need love. It makes me realize. Yeah, Katie said, I know much brain issues. Say, yep. I'm sure you do. But yeah, the Sinbad thing is, it's harder. Carolyn said that's rude. There's I've said it before. There's the energy that maybe you guys don't carry it. You guys, I never felt it from you. The chatting to you guys is not all about you, right? It's a way to, because you guys all sat in a room with people, uncomfortable rooms, comfortable rooms, rooms with friends, rooms with family, rooms with friends, families, and so you know when not to say something, you know, or you're that person and you just say stuff and you end up having to, just deal with the consequences. But I think a lot of the young people out there, not to target them, but the way I watch them use the internet and the way they're empowered in the comments, they want to say something that draws someone's attention. And I guess he succeeded, right? But the only part that I would say is I think he wanted a reaction. He wanted me to say something. He wanted a specific reaction, I would say, because we weren't having a conversation, so I don't know what would make him say that, especially while you're on a vertical stream. Like, you're on a vertical, you could literally just swipe up, swipe down. you could do all types of swiping. and be done with me. But nope, he chose violence and he decided to say something, and just, Katie gave me my kudos of handling those type of situations. So I feel like it was the same thing. I was almost in the same spot, just hanging out, talking. I didn't stream outdoors all week, so I had my one little moment, and I wasn't super tired because I've been trying to take some naps, before the stream, even if it's just for 20, 30 minutes, like old school power naps. Katie says it's all about being center of attention, getting reactions. Yeah, it is. It is. I don't know. I've never been that kind of a person, and I don't treat the internet outside of, it's like not a new thing on how I communicate. I don't communicate any different on the internet than I do in person. So, but it's something that you have to deal with, and until you get larger in the space, what happens on the larger channels is you get the watchdogs, and somebody comes in, and then there's a whole group of people that's pushing them out, right? Whether you're a mod or not, it's like, yeah, no, you can't say that, and they'll flush those people out, so to speak. But I've seen it, and I think those people are screaming something, and I would love to know why. I would love, you know what? Let's be honest. Be real, Mick the Pick, you could attest to this. CJ, who comes in, that was CJ. CJ was screaming out, and I said something, and he stayed, and he felt comfortable. There's toleration, patience, and CJ hung out, and we traded information. CJ has a channel, and he pops up just about every other day. And CJ is 11, got a whole life to live. I can't attest to why somebody would spend their time on the internet trolling instead of learning, but a lot of them do it. Now, when we see, some more mature people's getting in the troll space, now that's weird. That I'm not going for. There's got to be a cap on trolling age. The Glazer you got different personalities. Shadow Black is not a Glazer. Be Real is a Glazer. Because you know how to change people's hearts. You are a good person. That's real talk, Daryl. Yeah, when I get sleep, I have more comedic reaction to things. No, I hear you, man. I'm a heart person. I've always been a heart person. I remember doing bad things in junior high school, like things that you shouldn't do, right? That was with like a group of friends, and I was not the ringleader of the bad things, but I don't call it peer pressure, but there is something. Who's Daryl? You don't know who Daryl is? Justin handles them good too. Yeah, I gotta catch that. I want to catch him. I would love to see how he does it. But Katie, is how I do it in real. That's how I do it in real life. Look. The person, in my opinion, a lot of times the person who wins the fight is the person who's madder, and you can't get me mad, so I'm probably gonna lose the fight. Like, people don't impact or affect my bottom line. There's no reason to take, this is hard to take serious. especially when it's not from a loving, perspective. Um, Shadow Black says, "Who the heck is Daryl?" Any of you know who Daryl is? Do any of you have ever heard me speak on Daryl? You must have missed that stream, Shadow Black. I've definitely spoken about this in the early teens and single digits of the stream team. All right, no Daryl. Okay, so let's find the arc here. I'll try to do this, Carolyn. Let's do a good old wrap up of who Daryl is. I'll try to speak fast. Because Daryl is still an ongoing narrative and story. So, Daryl and my other brother, Daryl. I guess. So, Shadow Black or Be Real, there's been many occurrences in my life when someone who should know my name because it's either on paper. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll check that out. That might be a funny one for me because of this whole concept that I have. I was looking at writing a book about the name Daryl. Like, my name is not Daryl. So since I've the earliest memory of the legacy of Daryl was my freshman year in college. My favorite professor at the time, his name was Mr. Thiessen. Mr. Thiessen was an associate professor. He was like the cool guy who had industry experience, and you wanted to be him because you knew he reminded me like of a person who could be on the show Whose Line Is That Anyway? Like, he just had this swag about him. And then on the other hand, the primary professor was Richard Conley. And Richard Conley, he used to speak with his hands all the time. Everything he said, every word he had, it was like he was doing sign language. So it was the first time I've ever experienced any of that. And it wasn't like to tease him. It was like confusing because you would just be watching his hands. You could kind of like tune everything out. So this was like my freshman year, and these are like major classes. These aren't like liberal arts, general core classes. I was a media major. Mass media was the major. So I'm in this class for a whole semester. Semester's 15 weeks. And at the end of the semester, there was like this little party. And one of my good friends, my teammate, he was really choked up about, he realized that throughout the semester, and for whatever reason, they used to take attendance. I don't know. I do not know, because I've never seen a college course that actually took attendance other than this one. So he used to like read down the names or whatever, right? And when he would get to my name, he would say, Daryl. I'm 18 years old. I'm 35 miles away from my house. I'm in a sketchy living situation. I got my, I ran out of high school somehow. I found a way to make it into this seat. The man said Daryl. He got 4 of the letters right. I don't. All right, that's me. So the whole year or semester, he's Daryl. So at the end, we have this like little party, and my teammate and one of my best friends till this day, he was super cool with Mr. Thiessen as well. His name is easy. His name is Nick. Nicholas Nick, right? He's Russian and Italian. And not to say that has anything to do with it, but Nick is not a name that you mess up. They don't call Nick Nate. But for whatever reason, they call Darnell Daryl. So he asked him, he said, he's like, he's choked up laughing a little bit. And Mr. Thiessen's like, what are you laughing about? He goes, yo, what's his name? Pointing at me, what's his name? And Mr. Thiessen goes, Daryl. I don't think my friend was ever able to stop laughing when your core is like, I mean, we're goofy. He was probably 19, I was 18, and we're just like goofed out by this moment. And I didn't know what was ahead of me. I didn't know that it would be a lifetime of being called Daryl from that point on. But it's been a lifetime of being called Daryl, and I cannot. It's sad to conclude, but the bulk of being called Daryl is in a work setting, which is super odd because you have access to my name, in a system. You see my name. If we all know how to read, there's no way. You can't pronounce what my name is with the N there. You cannot pronounce this Daryl. You cannot make the N silent in the middle. I have been called Daryl in an email, like a reply email. Daryl. Some of which could have been my greatest moments, being celebrated. I remember at the same, it was a different college. I won 2 awards. And it was actually, they put on a beautiful ceremony. I won Best Newcomer and Top Show. This is like TV studio stuff. And Thomas laughed. So Tom is crazy, man. And it's like, I don't know what to do with this. So I remember, this is TV. So they like to put on a show. They have someone, it felt like a real show. Like, and who won this award? And they read off the nominees. And there's 150 people. This is like the major. We're in one of those nice size student classrooms, and they read the name, and Daryl won the award. Daryl. And which makes this worse is, like I said, this was like an award show, so I didn't know I was gonna win because they read off the nominees, and I wasn't in the front row. So everyone is turning around, and they're looking for Daryl, but they all found me. So to them, Daryl and Darnell is interchangeable. I'm telling you, Katie, it sounds crazy. I'll give you one last one. This one is a more recent one, since you guys don't. I can draw this up. And if you watch The Office, who's the black guy in The Office? What's his name? Daryl. Mick the Pick may be one of the only people that I have never heard make this slip up. And you're right, but you're in a work setting. I don't get to control who I trust. Hey, Missy, I don't get to control who I trust. But these things happen. So I'll give you I'll give you a loaded story, and then we'll have to get out of here because this is gonna get crazy. So a couple years ago, you won't trust them. Listen. Oh yeah, no, I definitely lose trust. I've lost trust with a lot of people like that. But there's not much you can do about it. I thought you were saying keto in the chat. I read that wrong. About to say Missy ain't here messing up names. She see, hey Daryl. I just play with it now. It's so interesting to me because okay, so you guys we're like internet family at a minimum now, right? I didn't know that that Darnell was a black name. I never knew that. I never knew Darnell was a black name. My wife had to tell me that, right? So of course you never call. I've never been called Daryl until I was 18, but from 18 on, I've had 20 plus years of being called Daryl consistently. Like, I'm not saying this every time. I'm saying you could be with someone and you work with them for like a year, and then one day you hear them refer to you. No, that's what Daryl was saying. And I'm sitting there like, how could you? How could you? Carolyn says, my name is always said wrong. Even from my family. Oh, don't talk about family members. Listen, my Carolyn, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Carolyn, my dad, you funny, be real. My dad does not say my name right. He if I would have to say how to spell what he says, it's the Donnell. Donnell. Donnell, what you doing? Darnell. It's like, that's not my name, sir. Oh, Carolyn. Oh, that makes me feel good. I told you, Carolyn's one of my favorite. We had a goalie at my school in college, and that was her name. She's one of my favorite people. She's from old Canada. So, all right, here's the story. So, a couple years ago, I want to say this is like on the backside of COVID. I wanted to start networking. Yeah, it definitely was, because I don't think I was employed, and I wanted to start networking with other tech folks in the area. And there's this one couple, but more so the lady, because the lady in the couple, she runs this like meetup, this networking event. and I go to the event. I don't know what to expect. It happened to be just, it's the second time I'm mentioning it tonight. It happened to be at the Newburgh Brewery, make the pick, where Shadow Black's going to meet us on Tuesday. And I was, they did like a little, what do you call that dating thing? Like speed dating. They did like speed dating. And the weird part is there was me and there was another older black guy and then a younger black guy that kind of looked, you could tell they were family. And everyone got to go around and talk to each other in the speed dating round before the bigger group got to, I don't know what I'm calling it, speed dating. But if you guys have a better name for that, I'm okay. Sounds weird. So we did that at first, but I didn't get to talk to the black guy. And for me, it was super important because anyone who says they're from a similar, not the ethnic group side, but he said it was from New York, and I was like, okay. And I'm trying to see what the connection is and overlap there. And his name was Darren. So I'm super hyped, right? Darnell and Darren. I'm like, oh, we gotta talk. Like, we gotta make this work. That's my cousin's name, right? My big cousin's name is Darren. So we get to the part where people are introducing themselves out loud to the group. And I was one of the first people who went. I get nervous in settings like that a little bit. I have a lot to offer. So if you don't see that, it is what it is. I don't know what to say. I don't know what people are looking for. But I was pretty clear about my name, So it gets over to Darren's turn, and he, does his spiel. I'm reading into what he's saying because there's something about, and maybe this is in other industries, but it really is in the tech and software engineering industry. When somebody's on BS, we can sniff it out. It's so easy to sniff out the BS because some things don't mix. They don't make sense, right? This is what you'll get in the field. A technology would have been out for 5 years now, and you read someone's resume and they'll say they've been doing that for 10 years. How, Sway? How's that possible? And to everyone else, this thing looks put together, or they'll put two technologies that don't have anything to do with each other. So it's like really easy to know, at least, with the, I guess, entry level of people who are trying to falsely represent something. And I'm sure that's all over, but I know it from tech. Some of the things that he was saying, I did not trust. I remember it clearly. He was talking about ERPs and I'm like, okay, he's either the real deal or no deal. There's no gray area. He's either the real deal or no deal. So he's continuing to talk, and then he points over to me and he says, I'm looking forward to meeting and talking with Daryl. Why is when you point at someone and you target someone, why would you said my name at that point? So now to everyone else, it doesn't matter what I said. To everyone else, my name is now Daryl. I've been branded Daryl. And in the moment, what do? Do you be? Are you the person who? Like, what are you guys? Are you, Carolyn, you say people get your name wrong. Are you the corrector? Or do you just take it? Because I didn't read that, Missy. Missy said, what kind of name did you think it was? I just, it's not a popular name. It's as much as it goes up. Like Daryl's obviously a more popular name, right? Darnell's not a popular name. I've known maybe 5 Darnells in my life. Carolyn says she just takes it. And I'm usually in a weird space when it happens. A weird space. And I'm like, I'm Daryl. And I do the same thing. I take it back. I tell my wife. And my wife just laughs again. And it's just like, why though? But yeah, I didn't know Darnell was a black name. And then my wife kind of convinced me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I feel like that might be the disconnect because, one, it's not a common name. 2, it's very specific to a certain community. Yeah, Ultimate Warrior, top 5 wrestlers of all time. Wow, I would love for you to go to one of the wrestling channels and say that. I don't know. But I tell you what, I owe the Ultimate Warrior and his story an apology. I forgot that he passed away. And I want to take back some of the stuff that I said. Cuz I watched one of those like behind the ring kind of docs the other day, and I was like, man, you know, what happened at the end was not cool. So I get it, Mick the Pick. I know you're still in that space, but I'm still waiting to know the 5 moves that he does. He just screams. But yeah, that story. And look, I hung out with the guy for the rest of the night. It happened to be his son, who was with him. He was kind of using me as an example to show his son prosperity, whatever. It was like a whole. He only needed one. Was that the clothesline? He was trying to coerce me into just, and they were a little weird. Don't get me wrong. They were a little touchy-feely, not with me, but in a bar setting. They were a little touchy-feely. I don't think they fully came there just for the, oh, we got Grok. We got Grok in the chat. Who are these people? Do you know any of those people? The most famous see, we've done this. We've actually done this in the past. That's Grok. Meet Grok. Be real. All right, this is the most famous Darnell. It's a character. Oh, sorry for the slow fade. Press the wrong button. This is the most famous Darnell.
Here's the thing, no.
I don't know if we could even debate this. I'll just. Yeah, Darnell Mooney. Oh. Alright, this is the most famous Darnell.
Mr. Clark, just what was that all about? They said no one moved during the singing of the school song. Now, if you can't understand that, find yourself another place to work. I was picking up a piece of...
Ooh! I was picking up a piece of paper.
They contradicted me in front of my students. They're my students! They are my students, Mr. Darnell.
Just what are you trying to prove? I'm working my ass off for you. Took the demotion. I'm doing my job.
Man, this is hitting home. This is hitting me real hard. I'm doing my job. Ooh, that was some good acting, boy. They should have gave Mr. Darnell more love out there.
Just what are you trying to prove? I'm working my ass off for you. Took the demotion. I'm doing my job. And you're just getting your rocks off by treating me like trash.
No, sir. That's what you were picking up.
God damn it! You give me the goddamn respect you would damn well want yourself, or I will kick your black ass.
You are.
I would go into work. Oh, I just want to go into work and just tell somebody, I'll kick you. Woo. Oh, this is good. This is good. This is my top Mr. Darnell. Or Darnell character.
Goddamn respect you would damn well want yourself, or I will kick your black ass.
You are suspended, sir. As of right now. Get out.
Jesus, did you guys see the wall shake? That was I wonder if this is a set or not. Hold on, did he just push that desk over like it was?
Oh my God. What is going on?
Mr. Darnell is suspended indefinitely.
Please. Yeah, I think that's the most famous that's the most famous Darnell that I know of. Shadow Black, you got one better than that? Everybody know Mr. Darnell, man. When I was I worked in a junior high school and they called you Mr. and then your first name. So I was there for like 2 years plus. My name was Mr. Darnell. So I actually got to be in a school setting. I didn't have a principal. Is it Irish or English? I would say, yeah, the name is from Europe, but it's been adopted. Everybody loves Raymond. What's going on? What is going on here? Oh, the top tier sitcom. How you get the sitcoms, man? That was from the movie Lean on Me. You don't know the movie Lean on Me? Make the pick. Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't know Lean on Me, Kid Ray. Oh, okay. I don't know why you got the sitcoms.
My. Aren't you my little songbirds from the cafeteria? Weren't they with you?
Who, these guys?
Well, I'm sure you've learned the school song by now. You better know it. Because this time, if you don't get it right, you're suspended for 10 days each. Now, is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, then. School song. Let me hear it.
All right, fellas.
Man. This is it, man. I don't think if they do one of those, like, you know, you're on a remote island, could you take one track with you? I know they say a book, but if I could take one like movie song with me, this is it right here.
Let them hear it.
Yeah, Isa.
fair east side. Fair east side. By thy side will stand and always praise thy name. Praise thy name, praise thy name.
To heaven. Yeah.
Lend a heart, send hands to help increase thy fame. Ooh, Lord, the honor, yeah, of Odysseus side, cause forth our loyalty, loyalty, so cheap. All right.
Woo. Man. That song make you want to go to high school, man. It make you want to actually go into school. If they were singing like that, I would have went to class.
Who taught you that? Answer me. I know you didn't do it yourselves.
Why was everyone so scared of this guy? Why was his approach so mean? He wanted to do something nice, but he couldn't be nice. Answer me. Who taught you that?
Sam's.
What?
Who taught you this song? Speak up!
Mrs. Powers.
This is Powers, eh? Come with me, all of you.
And not to do. I used to think that this was my my real aunt in real life, my Aunt Terry. Oh, being a child.
No. Now you must remember, we need intonation, phonation, accuracy, and pitch. Now this is your note.
Mrs. Powers,
Yes, sir.
these hoodlums have told me something I can't believe. Are you the one who changed the school song like that?
Powers.
Let her answer.
Well, sir, the children thought the song was a bit boring.
Boring, huh? Mrs. Powers, I have never heard a school song like that. And I certainly never authorized you to change it. Did I? Did I?
No, you didn't.
I want everyone in this school to learn that song in English and Spanish. Immediately. Take a bow, Mrs. Powers. You've rewritten our alma mater.
Loyalty. Yeah, this is not what happens in our school system. This is not it. Oh, man. I needed that. Oh, I got a message from YouTube. I've been a bad boy. Bad boys. What you gonna do? Okay. Well, that's... No, that's not what happens today. I don't think that was ever happening. These movies give us so much hope. And that, like, you know, I was saying yesterday, I just want to see stories that are just real. Like, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes, yeah. No, I knew it. I always wonder how these people are able to have these videos on their channel. There's no commentary. There's no chance of fair use, right? So YouTube, for whatever reason, is allowing for these people to have these videos on their channel. This is not even a small channel. I'm looking at, he has 17,000 subscribers. This video itself has 7.1 million views. So there's no way that they're the copyright owner of that video. So I just find the whole thing weird, but it's easy to clip stuff out, especially when you're, it's like in one little part of the video. So I'm not monetized, so it doesn't really there's no severe impact. I'll just remove what they tell me to remove tomorrow. No biggie. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. But the Daryl thing is real. And like I said, my adult life, I've struggled with it. The people you don't want to say it, people you like, and you hope that there's somebody that you could vibe with, and then you hear the Daryl and you're like, yeah, no, not you. Not you. So names are huge to me. At least understanding, calling people their name, gives them a sense of belonging and just a bond and connection. And calling someone the wrong name is like the exact opposite of that. It's not even in the gray area. It's like, you serious? You can't. And these people could read. But then the only thing that puts me a little bit, I'm not like alone. It kind of, I don't feel alone, because when you work with a lot of people that are in other countries and you see how people don't care to learn their names, it's very similar. Weird Al. Oh yeah, I was watching. I showed my kids the Amish Paradise last week. It was churned into butter. Yeah, Weird Al's cool, man. Yeah, there's a way to do it. The reaction content. What I read, what stood out to me was making sure that you might put an overlay in it. Definitely you want to break up the clip more than what I'm doing. I'll get better at that. I think it's easier when I plan it. I think I'm such an unplanned person at this point that I don't really know what to expect. And as I'm watching it, I'm like going through the feelings of it too. So that made it interesting. But I like that. That's a good thing to me. Like, I really felt that. And it all started from Mr. Darnell. But yeah, you'll notice that a lot of characters, they'll put the black character, they'll be named Daryl. So I get it. Like, there's definitely something with the name Daryl, and they spring it on me, and I was like, oh man. But I wanted to write this whole book about it. I really wanted to dig into the moments that I've had, and hopefully I could remember enough of them and what it meant to me, how it made me feel. It is what it is. A name it's not that hard to, and there's repeat offenders, right? There's definitely repeat offenders. So I've been around a lot of interesting people. Well, that's tonight's show. Once I see that midnight, I know to stay away. Especially Missy is in it. Unless Missy wants to call in. I got 10 minutes for Missy if she wants to call in. Though she's a little dangerous. Or at least our relationship is dangerous. Yeah, other than that, I think it was very cool getting on here. I don't know how I've done an hour and 44 minutes according to this. First 25 minutes were pretty dead. But I just made it what it was. If I watch this stream, I went from watching the ocean cleanup to showing some Sinbad, gave some stories. Definitely got some copyright claims. Like, that's an awesome stream. That's I couldn't ask for more on day 87. It's like that is awesome. That's the experience now. You know, I'm able to push through that and just have fun. Katie's hanging out, and Katie got Tom laughing over there, so that's what's up. Shadow Black, he can't get his phone charged. Make the pick. If the Nick game is on, we know Doan is watching a hockey game right now, so we gotta give Doan her grace. Carolyn says it was a good night. Carolyn's just saying that because I know her name. We got the same problem. Family members saying other names. Hey, Carolyn, I got one before I go. So my I've always been a little critical about privacy information, and once these apps wanted to know like your birthday, like Facebook, you put in your birthday, and I knew better a long time ago. I'm thinking like 15 years ago, I changed my birthday and put the wrong birthday on Facebook. And the gift is that, I fulfilled my whatever I was chasing with privacy. Whoever has access to that data can't really connect that with me down the line because my birthday is not correct. The curse is people who held me as babies send me messages on the wrong date and say happy birthday. Like people who are super close to me, and they say happy. So I get a bunch of birthday messages that's not my birthday, and I'm pretty sure a good number of those people, and I'm not talking about like 5 people, I'm saying like I gotta make sure I put my phone on like mute on that day. That's not my birthday. And the messages are just coming. 40 messages. Happy birthday. Hope you enjoy. Like, dude, my birthday is a treasured holiday. Cinco de Mayo. You can't forget that. I'm not good with birthdays. I just have to tell you one time do you need me with like a hat and a Corona? Like, what do you need to know when my birthday is? It's so bad. I have my dad has forgotten my birthday in the past, but he has 2 kids with the same birthday. So I guess I just give people a break because it is what it is, that tonight it is what it is. Night number 4, part 4. But yeah. So I don't take this stuff personal. It's just the world, and we're all people, we're all human, and we're having a human experience, and we should make light of that. So I appreciate you guys for coming through and making this awesome stream. Thank you so much on night 87. What makes 88 important is it's the second to last time that the digit is going to be the same. So we got 88 and 99, and that's it. I feel like I'm going away somewhere. Oh, humans. Well, guys, this was real.
Sucker for love, sucker for love, sucker for love, baby.
Don't be a sucker for love, as Mick the Pick would say. I'm gonna give that over to you, Mick the Pick. We're still trying to see if Shadow Black is serious about him going live, and we'll cross our fingers. 88 is a huge year for you. Okay, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Maybe you need to join. Maybe you need to join me tomorrow, Katie. Your choice. Your choice. Okay. Good night, guys. I'll see you. Peace. Out, going home to your family and going to work the next day. Nothing else. This don't have nothing to do with skills at this point. You ain't gonna talk to me like that. There was always music and entertainment to come back to help enrich the love.
It ain't my fault you're not subscribed.
Today, we train for the 2030 Winter Olympics. Let's do it.
But here by the fire we defy frost and storm. Ha-ha, we are warm and we have our heart's desire. For here's for good fellows and the beechwood and the bellows, and the cup is at the lip in the place.